Welcome traders. Today we aren't just talking about stocks, we are diving headfirst into the action. Right from the start, I want you to know that this is not just another watch list video. This is your chance to stay ahead and seize the day. Why should you stick around? Because in this fast-paced world of trading, time is really of the essence. In just a few moments, you're going to discover the stocks you don't want to miss. It's not just about the market, it's about the power to make informed decisions while you're trading. But here's the catch, the best opportunities come to those who act quickly. Stay with us, and by the end of the video, you're not only going to know which stocks to watch and look out for, but also have the confidence to make them part of your trading success tomorrow. So don't miss out on these time-sensitive opportunities. It's your chance to be at the forefront of the trading game. So let's get started on this watch list. What you see in front of you, this screen, this is TradingView. If you don't have something like this or you're looking for something like this, there's a link in the description below. That link gets you a free 30-day trial to TradingView's sub-based services. And then if you decide to actually use their sub-based services, you get up to $30 off of that subscription. So the first one I've got on the list, and I'm going to save my very, very favorite stock until the very end of this video, and you'll see that, but we're going to start with IBM. So IBM has an inside bar, and you notice it's painted yellow. That's part of my indicator that I created for you guys, the Griswold Strat indicator. That link for that is in the description below. You can also get it as part of the Griswold Gold membership. Information on that is in the Discord, which is free to join. My Discord's free, guys. There's a ton of free rooms in there. There's the link for that is also in the description below. But when you see these yellow bars, they're inside bars. And so inside bars, they don't break the high. I'm going to zoom in here. Inside bars don't break the high of the previous candle, and they don't break the low of the previous candle. They stay within the range, and it's a tightening range. And I always like to think of those yellow bars as a spring being compacted, squished, and loaded. And when you remove that pressure off of that spring, you expect an explosion to one side or the other. Similar, very similar to what we had off of this inside bar, where we had this big run to the upside. Or this inside bar here, we didn't have a great run, but it doesn't always happen that way. It's always based off of probability, but the majority of the time, we get big runs to the upside off of these inside bars. This one ran for 4 days before it retraced. Okay, so that's what we look for off of those inside bars. So we have a few things here that are special on IBM. Number one, we have that inside bar. Number two, these green candles are my time frame continuity, and it's telling me that there are buyers right across the board on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly for IBM. The other thing that I really like about IBM right now is that we have this pink line here, which is the weekly trigger, which we've already broken through. So we've gone 2 up on the week already, and so that gives me more probability that we're going to just continue up. Now we might trend down, and that's why we have this low here, and we can also take the trigger to the bottom of the inside bar. But my probability, based on all the other information, is telling me that the higher probability play is to the upside. Now, we don't take the trigger before the candlestick breaks through it. We're not front-running this at all, so make sure you're paying attention to that. We move on to Oracle, ORCL. Oracle had a 2 down that finished green. So a 2 down candle breaks only the low of the previous candle, like you see right here. So when we have that, that's a directional candle. We call that a 2 candle, but it is 2 down, but it finished green. So that means the buyers tried to take this back. And so that tells me again that I have a higher probability that we're going to trend back to the upside on Oracle. And we can take the trigger at 110.06 and our first target at 111.06. And the targets, if for calls or if we're trending up, are just the high of the preceding wicks. And for puts, it's the low of the preceding wicks. We look at Apple. So Apple is not something or a play that I would normally put on here, but we had this outside bar. So it's a 2-3-2 continuation is what I'm looking for off of Apple. The 3 bars or white bars, because of my indicator, the 3 bars break both the high and the low of the previous candle. That's an outside bar. And if you paid attention to in the Discord, I took a swing play on Neo where it went outside bar. And I have videos on that, Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. I have a video on that explaining why I took that trade and why I profited over 20% on it in one day. Okay, so then we go to AMD. AMD, there's that inside bar again. The only thing I would say about AMD is I would like to see, I'm not going to really look at holding that first target for you. That first target, there's barely any room to breathe on that. And what I mean by that is this first target here. It's just 2 cents higher than the trigger. So I'm going to use the next high wick as my first target on this play on AMD. So inside bar, we can look for calls at 110.10 or puts at 106.93. Airbnb, same idea. So we have that inside bar. We can take calls or puts on this depending on which way it trends. But I want to move my target up to there, and I'm going to change that to green. So that becomes my first target. And again, it's just because there isn't really enough room between this trigger. I'll zoom in. Between that trigger and that first target. Okay, so we'll use this target up here as our first target on the play. We move to Alibaba. Opposite of what we've been talking about with the 2 candles, this was a 2 up, meaning we only broke the high of the previous candle. It's a directional candle to the outside, but sellers brought this thing back. So we'll look for puts here at 87.15, and our first target, like I mentioned, bottom of the preceding wick, 85.57. BAC, same thing, 2 up red, puts at 26.90, first target at 26.57. Guys, you can ask me questions down below in the comment section. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up on the video because I appreciate it. And make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell because that bell will give you the notifications for when I send these videos out. Okay, so if you have questions, comments in the comment section down below, on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, so you can leave questions or comments on any one of those social platforms. Citibank, same thing, 2 up red. We'll look for the puts at 41.36. CVS, 2 up red. We'll look for the puts there at 71.26. Inside bar on the diamonds, DIA, so calls at 338.84. Puts at 336.16. Based on time frame continuity, I would look for this to trend back up. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's where the higher probability setup lies. Disney, 2 up red. We'll look for puts there at 84.26. Etsy. So Etsy, here's a little bit of a different one. Etsy, we just have a continuation. So this was a 2 down that finished green. We talked about how when they finish green, it's telling me that there's a higher probability this is going to trend up because the buyers are taking it back. And that's exactly what happened. We had 2 green candles after that. So that's one good example to show you guys. The other thing here, we have gone 2 up on the week already, okay? So we are 2 up on the weekly setup. If I go to the weekly chart, that was an inside bar. We've gone 2 up on that play already. Time frame continuity is also telling me that we are green all the way across the board except for the year. So I would look for a continuation here on Etsy. Not a normal setup that I usually give you guys, but I wanted to make sure I'm going over it because it is a potential play for you guys throughout the day. Ford Motor Company, 2 up red, so we can look for the puts there. The sellers are taking it back. We look for puts at 12.15. General Motors, 2 up red. So again, we look for those puts. The higher time frames are telling us that there are sellers in General Motors. Moderna, 2 up red, puts at 102.43. We're going to look for first targets at 101.50. Now, if these setups don't work for you guys on the daily, like me personally, I trade SPY every single day, but I trade it on smaller time frames. I trade it on the 15. I manage it on the 5. If the daily doesn't work for you guys, or you're not into swing trades on weekly swing trades or monthly swing trades, hop down to a smaller time frame. Go to the hourly. Go to the 30-minute. Go to the 15, but make sure you're managing on a smaller time frame. If you're subscribed to this channel, my learning tool videos will help you out with that, and there are over 100 of them for you guys to go through. We look at Target. Target has a couple things here. Inside bar, which is an actionable signal for the strat. So inside bars, hammer candles, and shooters are all actionable signals when we're talking about the strat. We have 2 of those. We have an inside bar and we have a hammer candle. So a hammer candle is a bullish pattern. Now it is red, so there is less probability that we trend up. And we are seeing red on the larger time frame. So we'll see how that one plays out It wouldn't be on my top 5. And what I mean by that is for the Griswold Gold members, it's a $50 membership fee. You get a top 5 from these weekly, daily videos every day, the weekly swings, the monthly swings. I give you guys top 5s. There's a 1-hour course included in that membership that'll help you guys learn this strategy. There's one-on-one time with me, so we go on Google Meet or Zoom and we discuss any issues or any problems you're having. There's live trading bots, so the trades come to you guys. You don't always have to go searching for them. So as we move on here, and I did mention it's $50 a month. I'm not pushing it on you guys. If you need extra help, it's there for you guys. And it's there to pay for my time. I could charge a lot more for it, but it's there just for my time, for what I put into the course, what I put into the trade bots, what I put into the one-on-one time with you guys, the top 5 videos. So like I said, it could be a lot more. You make that $50 back in one trade. You can ask most people with the strategies that I give out, you'll make that back in a single trade. We move on to Tesla inside bar, so we can look for calls or puts. Calls at 268.60, puts at 260.90. Uber inside bar as well, but again, we've gone 2 up on the week already. So when we look at this, and we're already 2 up on the week, we can look for a continuation on that weekly swing setup. So time frame continuity is all pointing to the upside. So that's the higher probability setup. We do still have that potential for Uber to come back down though. XOP 2 down, finish green. Buyers are bringing it back after it went 2 down. So we'll look for calls at 145.57. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, SPY is my favorite ticker to play all time. I do it every single day. A couple of really interesting things. And I'll tell you right now, SPY will be on my top 5, not just because I love the ticker, but because of what it has. So SPY has multiple things here to help us out. Inside bar, actionable signal 1. Hammer candle, actionable signal number 2. Time frame continuity to the upside, number 3. Number 4, we're already 2 up on the week. Okay, and if we go to the weekly had a 2 down green hammer candle. So I am going to look, and we punched through that. I'm going to continue to look for SPY to trend up on Thursday, October 12th. And all those things lead me to believe that that's the way it's going to proceed. Now, the fact that we have an inside bar is telling me that we still have good probability for this to trend back down after consolidation. But we'll see how it plays out. So stay tuned for that. And I wish you nothing but the best, guys, with your trading. If you're struggling, ask me questions. Go to the Discord. Ask the questions. People are there to help you out. I'm there to help you out. So again, I wish you nothing but the best. Make sure you're subscribed. Give me that thumbs up, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Bye.